When you have hurt the narcissist ego, this is what they're willing to take to protect their ego. Welcome to another episode. To begin with, I'd like to thank everyone who has come to this video. The purpose of this channel is to assist others in understanding and dealing with narcissists if necessary. Please know how much I appreciate your support and hope my videos continue to benefit you. Please consider subscribing if you're new here so you can become part of the family of this channel. Let's begin. Someone who is narcissistic tends to be insecure. They live in continual fear of being viewed as worthless or inferior by others, and they worry about it constantly. The reason for this is obvious. They're just putting on an act and don't mean what they say. They're always on the defensive because they lie so much. After being accused or questioned, they'll immediately defend themselves. That's why they crave constant stimulation and excitement in order to keep them active and engaged. These people try to enhance their confidence by blaming others for their issues. Narcissists are zealots who will stop at nothing to achieve their goals, as previously stated. These people's proclivity for overreacting persists despite knowledge of the consequences. But for whatever reason, getting rid of the narcissist from our life is not an easy feat. It's said that these people are easily upset because they take things far too personally, yet they're so skilled at disguising it that we may have offended them without realizing it. To keep the narcissist at bay, you should refrain from criticizing or condemning them while they are around. Make sure you don't fall prey to narcissistic bullies because the slightest provocation can end up making you a target. Overreacting, in my opinion, is a narcissist strategy for gaining attention, and therefore, how to deal with narcissists who have gone too far will be discussed in this course. Narcissists' instant reaction is elicited merely by toe-stepping, bumping into them, or asking for their thoughts or advice. There are a variety of motives behind their acts, of course, but a part of them is to dramatize things so they would get more attention. Because things can shift so rapidly, it's impossible to predict what will happen in the future. When dealing with a narcissist, there are some primary methods to respond. Firstly, when they're accused of something, narcissists tend to go on the offense and act out of character. You're being made to feel terrible, to make you feel guilty for something that you don't even do. Because they don't want you to think their activities were wrong. They want you to feel sorry for them or acknowledge their claims of innocence. You are the one at fault in the narcissist's eyes for whatever it is that they have done or said. Free will is required in order to hold a narcissist responsible, but they don't have that in them. Even if you had only shared the truth with them and asked them to be responsible somehow, they'd only grieve and wonder why they were treated so brutally. Even when your statements are completely accurate, they could be seen as untrue. However, they prefer to keep their feelings to themselves when they're enraged. And for that, they'll also give you a silent treatment. A narcissist becomes enraged when their flaws are pointed out to them. They can't accept your courage to express your individuality, and because it's an insult to their face, they have to do something to make you behave. They don't care about the consequences of their actions, as long as they're making them happy. It's possible that a narcissistic overreaction is a strategy to make you wonder who is to blame. This means that you have to ask yourself, how much of your behavior, verbal or physical, is attributable to your own doing? Because you're questioning your own judgment, the narcissist may have been able to calm down a little. In order to maintain control, the narcissist wants you to assume that something has gone awry, even if it hasn't. This gradually diminished the focus from the narcissist and shifted to you. On the other hand, narcissists may overreact in order to make others feel bad about themselves. Narcissists thrive in dramatic settings, which appeal to them. If the routine gets too routine, a breakdown may ensue. They simply can't stand calm water. In this setting, no matter how insignificant a transgression may look to the normal individual, it will be viewed very severely by the narcissist. You may expect a bad breakup when this happens, but you should also expect them to reconcile in an extravagant way. Narcissists become angry when people expect too little from them. Constant arguments and misinterpretations are the norms for narcissists who are always on the hunt for ways to make trouble. They'll also pay attention to your body language and facial expressions and will not hesitate to critique you harshly. They're always ready to point out your mistakes. And yes, because of this, I decided to create this video. Self-centered people will do whatever to protect their inflated ego, even if it means harming or upsetting those they care about. For narcissists, harming others in order to achieve their own self-serving goals is necessary for their path to success. Narcissists don't think twice about acting irrationally and aggressively in order to achieve their objectives. Because narcissists are prone to mood swings, it's best to avoid engaging with them when they occur. After all, no matter what other people do, you have complete control over your emotional state. I promise you that the uproar they've caused will have no effect on you if you just focus on yourself. To avoid succumbing to temptation, please remember that we've all been in the same situation at some point. Sadly, actors and actresses such as narcissists who exaggerate their abilities on stage can easily fool those with a gullible mindset. It's common for narcissists to magnify minor setbacks to avoid accepting responsibility for their actions. The narcissist may be able to get away with it because of their loud denial of the charges against them. By stating their claim that they're not wrong over and over again, people may come to believe that their claim is true. And if the accuser is bewildered by this, he or she is likely to start looking for other persons to blame as well. Astonishingly, this has happened a lot. The narcissist either refuses to say anything or makes a great show out of it in order to dodge accountability. That way, they can avoid having to answer for their actions. They will feel better if you blame someone else for their condition. This has been their aim all along. It's like a dream come true when someone else bears the brunt of their errors. In order to tie things up, I'd like to make one final point. A narcissist's overreaction is nearly always an attempt to mask some aspect of his or her personality. They most likely committed the crime in order to draw attention away from themselves or place blame on someone else. These people may be attempting to inflame tensions for their own gain. Narcissistic people like making others feel unpleasant and bringing attention to themselves by doing so. At the time, those are all I could think about. If you have any questions or issues, please don't hesitate to write them down below. Thank you for your time. Please also share your ideas and experiences in the comments section. Consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell button below the video to be notified when I post new videos. Thank you for your time and consideration.